Hi guys, welcome back to Podcast. So for today's video, I will be reviewing this model. So as you can see on the thumbnail, I will be reviewing the Tomaso P72 by Mirage 64, and they came in this pretty mysterious box, you might say. Like we have this black paper box on the outside, and then if we move this paper box, we are greeted with this very premium like packaging, much like maybe if you have a resin models. That is how it looks. We have this pretty incredible and very hard box to cover the model. But yeah, let's talk about the packaging first. So this is the hard box for the Mirage 64, the Tomaso P72. And the first thing you saw here is the silhouette of the model itself, the P72 by the Tomaso. And as you can see right here, it is very sleek. It has this gold-plated silhouette on it. And then on the top, you can see the model name, the P72, again with the same gold finish. And then on the back, you could see this name. I'm not really sure how. I think this is Mirage, maybe. It said Mirage, like this is the E, the G, the A, the R. Yeah, this, I think this is Mirage, probably. And then on the side, you get another model name, the P72, and then the 1/64 scale. And on the other side, it's pretty much the same. And then on the bottom, you could see some unrelated thing to the model. And then you might notice that this doesn't have any the Tomaso license sticker, so I assume that this model is an unlicensed model based on that point. So now let's just take off the packaging, and now let's see the model inside. So this is how it looks like when you receive it. Then we are going to move this part right here, and now this is the model outside of the packaging. So now let's talk about the acrylic, the base itself. Oh, by the way, you might want to be careful with the acrylic case, because it doesn't really suck, like it doesn't really fit to the base. So it's really loose, and you might want to be careful with not taking the acrylic case by itself. You need to hold on to both the bottom and the top, because yeah, you might want you don't want your model to fall. So yeah, anyway, the acrylic case is pretty much a very simple black, like maybe piano black acrylic case with the metal plate here at the front with the P72, the Tomaso, and also the silhouette of the model. And then now let's talk about the model. Let me try to zoom it first right here. So yeah, for starters, I've really liked this model maybe since the announcement, like in 2019 maybe, if I'm not mistaken. And then there are brands that plan to release this model in 1/64 scale, one of them being the Pico 64. And I think they actually released the model itself in resin material, so there is a resin model. But I don't know, like, I don't know, it's really hard to get the model, especially here in Indonesia, after like 6 or 7 years. Yeah, so I chose not to look again for the Pico 64. And then fast forward, last year, another brand released this model, and it is under the Mirage 64. So yeah, here we are with the brand, with the model from Mirage 64 with the P72, the Tomaso. So yeah, I'm very glad that I finally get a chance to review and to take a closer look on this car in 64 scale, even though it's not from Pico 64. But yeah, so let's start from the front. And as you can see right here, Mirage 64, even though they are, I'm assuming they are unlicensed, they did a pretty insane work on the model itself, especially the details. Like you could see the front headlights right here with the details on the inside. Like that is pretty detailed. You could see that. And then you could see the grille itself is not just some regular grille. It has this pattern that is very similar to what the real car looks like. And then obviously we have the Tomaso emblem right here at the front with the baby blue and white color, referring to the Argentinian blood of the actual founder of the Tomaso. And then we have this fuel cap right here at the center with another photo etch part, which is really cool. Then we got the carbon fiber right here for the windshield parts. And also the wiper itself is a separate part. You could see here, this is a separate part. You might want to be careful with that. And then we are going to move on to the wheels. Now this is a very bling bling wheels, I must say. It's very chrome. And yeah, the back is the same. It's pretty much the same. And I have to be honest, these wheels are great coming out from the factory, but I don't know, it just seems so flat compared to the actual wheels. I mean, they got the design right, they got the model right, but it's just lacking the, I don't know, like the depth or maybe the sharpness of the design of the actual wheels. Maybe that is really hard to replicate in 64 scale, so I can understand that. But yeah, I just want to point out that it's not really that detailed, like very accurate in terms of the sharpness of the wheels. But nonetheless, it's pretty cool. It's pretty shiny even for this kind of models in 64 scale. And then you could see the disc brakes behind the wheels itself, and then obviously the tires is pretty thin, just like any other supercar tire. And then moving on to the side, now we have another carbon fiber accent here on the side skirt, on the bottom side skirt. And then if you want to compare the actual, wait, let me take a look at the box again. So if you want to compare it, like they got the silhouette done right with the actual model. Like you can see, this is the silhouette on the packaging, and then this is the model. You can see that it's very, very similar, so that is pretty nice. And then the side air intakes has the same pattern as the front grille, which is pretty cool. Let me try to zoom in back in. Right there. Yeah, it's really, really detailed for the air intakes. And then the side mirrors, they are finished in chrome, just like the actual car, with the reflective sticker for the back of the side mirror. And then yeah, obviously you might want to be careful again with the side mirrors because it sticks out of the model pretty much. You don't want to break it. And then yeah, again, the back wheels is the same one as the front. It's very shiny. And then we are going to move on to the back. Now this is another details that I like to point out about the model itself. As you can see right here, the taillights is done in a circle, this kind of a circle red, and then the center is painted the same color as the body. So you could see that they kind of like managed to get the details right on this model. And then the grille itself again has the same pattern as the front and the side air intakes, and then we did the Tomaso and then the P72 emblem at the grille. Then for the side air intakes, they painted in black right here, even though there are some blemish right here. But yeah, that doesn't really matter. If I took a photo, it doesn't really see that much if you didn't zoom it in. And then on the bottom, you could see that they have a pretty clear carbon fiber diffuser. Yeah, that is how to show you guys. It's pretty hard. Yeah, there you are. And then what else? Oh, the top. So the top right here show you the engine, and I think this engine is still like they use the data from the prototype model, which has the 6.5 liter V12, but the actual production model has the V8 Coyote engine. So it has a different cover, it has a different shapes of the engine. So I assume that this one they use data from the 6.5 liter V12 engine on the prototype model. Oh, as well, I think the diffuser is also taken from the prototype model instead of the production model. So yeah, this model is basically the prototype version of the model and not the production version of the model. So anyway, we can see another carbon fiber details right here at the window cover on the engine, and then on the engine itself we have another carbon fiber details, and then obviously the exhaust pipes right here that goes out right here on the hole at the top of the car. And then now this is the most interesting part, because you can see the interior of this model has done really nice. Like, first thing, you could see that the ivory color interior with the dashboard and then the bucket seats. But then you could also see that they have a separate details for the racing harness with the P72 printed on it, and that is really cool for this kind of model. Like, this is really nice. And then obviously you are greeted with another details on the dashboard, the steering wheels, the chrome speedometer, and then the center console itself, the gear lever with the chrome finish. This is a really amazing details from the model itself. And now I think I'm going to try to take off the model from the base. So yeah, I'm just going to put the model right here, and then we are going to see the models unscrew in a minute. Right, so now I have the model in my hand and off the base, and to be honest, this model has some weight to it, and I didn't expect that it would have this metal base on the bottom instead of just a plastic base. So that's why it has this very prominent weight to it. It's very nice to hold, like you holding a very heavy model. And then yeah, you could see on the bottom it's pretty much flat except for the back part of it, which has this glossy carbon fiber finish on the diffuser, which is really nice. And then yeah, the model itself rolls pretty well too. If you look at this side, the back wheels is rolling pretty much smoothly, and yeah, the front is the same. So yeah, this is the model. This is a really great model, I might say, like one of the best model in 2026 that I currently own. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it about this model. So this is the Mirage 64, the Tomaso P72 in the Argentinian blue with the ivory interior for this particular version, and I really love this model, and I hope that you guys, if you are very interested in this model, you guys have to buy this model, because this brand is really great at making this model. It is really great. So yeah, I think that's about it for this video, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.